In a world full of distractions and noise, the Stoic path offers clarity, strength, and resilience. This video is a deep journey into timeless Stoic wisdom, teaching you how to master your mind, embrace adversity, and focus inward to unlock your true potential. Whether you're seeking peace, purpose, or power, this reflection will guide you back to what truly matters: yourself. Let each chapter awaken your inner strength and illuminate your unique path. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Stoic Path, and share it with someone who needs it. Chapter 1. Becoming a Stoic begins with mastery of the self. If your aim is to walk the path of a Stoic, the first thing you must come to understand is what lies within your own power. Before you can extend your help to those around you, you must first help yourself. This means taking charge of your own mind, how you respond to both the inner and outer events of life, how you manage your habits, and how you resist your impulses. Only by doing this can you truly begin the journey of Stoicism and step onto the road of self-mastery. You are who you are, and who you are becoming is already within you. Inside lies the power to reshape yourself, to learn and grow with every passing day. Through Stoicism's strength, you hold the ability to reach the highest version of yourself. Chapter 2. The Gift and Challenge of Existence. Nothing in this life comes easily, and walking the Stoic path toward greatness demands an unwavering focus, a mindful presence, and continuous attention. It's not a destination to reach, but a lifelong commitment to a mindset of steady improvement, rooted in our virtues and lived out through our actions. This journey asks us to develop ourselves not just once, but day after day, moment by moment. In the vast weave of human existence, each of us alive today was not placed here by chance. We've been brought to this very moment by the unbroken and intricate chain of events that we call fate. Pause and reflect on that for a moment. The sheer rarity and miraculous beauty of your own existence. Every experience, every twist in your life, every decision of your ancestors, all of it has led to you being here, right now. That story in itself is one of resilience. It is a living testament to the strength and unwavering endurance of those who walk before us. And this awareness leads us to a vital realization. Life, in its essence, is a gift. It's easy to forget this in the face of daily frustrations, disappointments, and struggles. But the Stoic sees clearly. From this truth springs a renewed determination to treat each day with purpose, to value each breath, to welcome every hardship not with despair, but with an open heart and a fierce will to see the good hidden within. Did things not go the way you wanted? Good, this is more fuel for your inner fire. Did unexpected problems show up at your door? Good, now you have a chance to test your resourcefulness and fortitude. Every obstacle is a new proving ground for your will. As Marcus Aurelius once reflected, each morning when we wake, we are gifted with a privilege beyond measure. The chance to breathe, to think, to enjoy, and above all, to love. These small yet profound blessings remind us that life, with all its uncertainties, remains an extraordinary offering. Chapter 3. Life is a gift. Meet it with purpose. We must never lose sight of a powerful truth, that life itself is a gift. This recognition should ignite a fire within us to live each day intentionally, to savor each breath, to approach hardships not with hopelessness, but with the determination to uncover even the faintest glimmer of light within them. Did you not receive the outcome you had hoped for? Good. Let it feed your resolve. Encountered unexpected obstacles? Good. They present the perfect chance to examine your grit and inventiveness. Each morning you rise, remind yourself, what a rare and priceless privilege it is to simply be alive, to draw breath, to think, to feel, to love. Marcus Aurelius once captured the soul of this thought in his writing, encapsulating the truth of our brief yet immeasurably valuable existence. Despite the trials and the triumphs, life remains a treasure. Each day that we are given becomes a new opportunity, a chance to mold our fate, to honor those who came before us, and to build the legacy we will one day leave behind. It is all too easy to become lost in the turbulence of our daily struggles, Yet paradoxically, it is precisely within these difficult moments that Stoicism burns its brightest. A Stoic is not someone without emotion, quite the opposite. A Stoic feels deeply, but chooses to stand apart from those feelings and respond with reason. It is normal to feel pain, to feel sorrow, but allowing those feelings to rule us, that is what must be resisted. Let your guiding reason, your hegemonicon, take command of your emotional storms. Let it steer your decisions. In choosing the Stoic path, we not only embrace the temporary nature of life, but we also come to cherish time, the most invaluable treasure we possess. We start to see that every fall contains the seeds of a comeback, that each loss hides a lesson, that every single breath we take is a moment to take a step forward toward our higher self. And in this understanding, we grasp that, although we cannot control the winds of fate, we can always shift our sails, moving forward through the tempests of life with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit that refuses to break. Chapter 4. The Mind as Compass, Harnessing the Power Within. Let us walk our lives with the certainty that we are capable of achieving anything to which we dedicate our minds. The mind, our most powerful tool, carves the path of virtue when illuminated by the timeless principles of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself to reflect on what he had survived and the strength he summoned to endure. We too often forget the mountains we've climbed, the rivers we've crossed. We forget not only the battles we've fought, large and small, but also the quiet resilience we discovered along the way. Let those memories of perseverance, of resolve, not weigh you down, but lift you up. For they are proof that what lies ahead can be faced with courage. If you have endured, you can continue. The Stoics warned of the dangers of comfort. Comfort softens a man, and the more one avoids discomfort, the more one becomes a servant to life's randomness. That is why Stoicism calls us to walk toward hardship, not away from it. Because when you meet life's blows head on, you don't just survive, you adapt, you grow, you build the muscle of resilience. You learn to manage your emotions with clarity. Each challenge then becomes like a weight pressed against your character, a workout that strengthens it over time. Just as muscles are stretched and torn so they may rebuild stronger, your confidence, capacity, and mental toughness expand each time you are tested. Life's resistance becomes your training ground. Remember the Stoic axiom. Just as labor strengthens the body, so do difficulties sharpen the mind. Seneca put it brilliantly. Fire tempers gold, and suffering tempers the brave. It is in the fire of our greatest trials that the raw material of our character is tested and sculpted. Picture adversity not as a punishment, but as a chisel. Each strike removing what is unnecessary, revealing the masterpiece within. By embracing this frame of mind, we transform even our darkest hours into stepping stones, toward wisdom, toward enlightenment, toward inner strength. Chapter 5. Impress no one. Align with your inner standard. If you ever find yourself acting merely to gain approval from others, or avoiding action because of what they might think, you've already stepped off the Stoic path. In our quest to be validated by the world around us, we often adopt masks, roles we think will make us more respected, more admired. But this act takes us further and further from who we truly are. The Stoics understood a powerful truth. To act out of fear of judgment or to impress others is to become a puppet, your strings pulled by the shifting opinions of the crowd. Such dependency hands over your agency. That is why the Stoic teaching is simple and uncompromising. Real power comes from within. It is born from a fierce and unwavering commitment to your values and your aspirations. You are not fated to become anyone, except the person you choose to become. If you skip training simply because you don't feel like it, you might believe the missed session doesn't matter. But the issue isn't the session, it's the choice. That decision reveals something deeper. You've chosen to be someone who avoids discomfort, who evades effort. To the Stoic, skipping a workout isn't the problem. It's a symptom. The deeper problem is the mindset that permitted it, the mindset that surrenders to impulse, that walks away when difficulty arises. This is why you must fiercely protect your attention and intentions. Be ruthlessly selective with what you give your energy to, for you become what you attend to. Epictetus said it plainly. In a world overflowing with distractions and demands, guarding your mind is more essential than ever. The greatest minds of the past understood that whatever holds our attention, whether people, ideas, or pursuits, inevitably shapes our character. So you must treat your attention like sacred ground. Let only the worthy take root in your mind. Chapter 6. Strength lies in the response, not the circumstance. The Stoics never wished for an easy life. What they sought was a strong character. To them, it didn't matter whether they faced joy or sorrow, ease or struggle. These were all neutral. The true question was always, how will you respond? This is a philosophy that few truly grasp. To always make the best possible move, no matter the hand life deals you. To always aim for virtue, regardless of the surrounding chaos. To the Stoic, what matters is not what you endure, but how you endure it. We've been taught that when we feel stressed, we should pause, step back, take a break, as if stress is something to be avoided at all costs. But the Stoics saw it differently. They saw pressure as necessary, even sacred. Just as a gem cannot be forged without the intense weight of the earth, a great man cannot be formed without the pressure of life. Greatness is not a product of comfort. It is the result of enduring adversity and rising through it. Seneca once wrote, "Just as a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor can a man be perfected without trials." This quote has echoed through the centuries for a reason, and this is the Stoic invitation, to focus on yourself. Not as an act of selfishness, but as a return to clarity. Because when your mind is fortified, you can give far more to the world than when you are constantly drained. Ask yourself this: who truly benefits when you neglect your own well-being? Is there any lasting fulfillment in chasing the ever-changing approval of others, of friends, co-workers, or society? The Stoics would say no. They would urge you to turn your gaze inward. There, and only there, does real strength take root and grow. They remind us constantly, the external world is not ours to control. We may engage with it, but we can never possess it. True mastery comes when we train our attention inward, when we tend to the inner life, where stillness, strength, and self-command are born. Hanahua Chapter 7. Guard the mind. Defend your story. External noise can knock you off balance far more quickly than you think, especially when you haven't drawn clear boundaries within. When you pour your energy into trying to satisfy every voice that surrounds you, you risk losing sight of your own narrative, the one only you were meant to tell. The Stoics have long taught that inner tranquility stems not from silence outside, but from continuous self-awareness and mental discipline. Marcus Aurelius said it clearly: "The chaos of the world cannot penetrate a well-defended mind. A calm citadel, that's what your thoughts must become. A place where the currents of life are observed, but never allowed to flood the soul." Modern Stoics echo this same principle. Focusing on yourself isn't about tuning out the world, but rather about making conscious decisions to cultivate your own unique gifts. The moment you stop being a hostage to the opinions of others, you awaken your own ability to adapt, evolve, and become. The question then arises, are you ready to abandon the illusion that someone else is shaping your fate? Are you prepared to walk your own path with steadiness, no matter who is watching? Such a commitment to self is not loud. It does not announce itself, but it is a quiet revolution, one that liberates you from the tyranny of external control. Chapter 8. Adversity, the mirror of inner work. Adversity, from the Stoic view, is not an enemy. It's a mirror, a revealing one. It shows us exactly where our inner work is still unfinished. When life presents us with hardship and we focus only on what's outside of us, we forfeit a valuable opportunity, the chance to refine who we are inside. But when we recognize difficulty as a teacher, we can shift our energy inward, toward how we respond. And in that shift, hidden strength emerges. In these moments, focusing solely on ourselves becomes a source of emotional liberation. For no challenge, however harsh, can take away our ability to choose courage, compassion, or patience. Modern Stoic thinkers emphasize that without the courage to look inward, we risk repeating the same mistakes, walking in circles instead of growing. Each trial is a chance to awaken virtues that may have been lying dormant. With every challenge, we forge resilience, not despite the pain, but because of it. When you lock your focus on your own growth, even suffering becomes a tool, a sculptor's chisel carving out the best version of you. So ask yourself, do you welcome these difficulties as sparks that ignite your deeper capacities? Or do you flee from the lessons they carry? If you catch your mind drifting toward gossip or comparisons that bear no fruit, remember, every single moment is a chance to redirect that energy towards something constructive, toward your own becoming. Chapter 9. Freeing yourself from external validation. How many times have you hesitated, not because the path was wrong, but because you feared being judged? When you keep your focus solely on yourself, you begin to liberate that hesitant voice within. You give it room to stretch and rise, no longer shackled by what others expect of you. The Stoics acknowledged the importance of human connection. They did not deny the power of social bonds, but they cautioned us, never let those bonds dictate your every move, for doing so would quietly erode your authenticity. Seneca taught that true companionship only thrives when each individual knows themselves so well that they neither dissolve into the crowd nor retreat from it in fear. To walk with confidence through life, you need the anchor of self-trust. That trust is forged by aligning your actions, again and again, with your deepest values. Modern Stoic teachings amplify this message. If you can't trust your own vision, then you will be swept along by someone else's. Taking a bold stand for your inner truth ignites a deeper sense of purpose, one that can outlast the applause of others. So ask yourself, will you let fear draw the lines around your life? Or will you come to realize that your greatest strength lies in nurturing what only you can nurture? Chapter 10. Emotions, signals, not enemies. What if envy could become inspiration? What if anger could evolve into wisdom? Or doubt transform into curiosity? The Stoics did not see these emotional states as enemies. They viewed them as signals, indicators of where our inner lens might still need refinement. When we remain centered within ourselves, we create the space to observe these signals without jumping to judgment or looking outward for blame. Emotions in this light become data. They show us what we're clinging to, what we fear, and what we hope for. They are insights, not interruptions. Modern Stoic voices remind us that by calmly studying our emotional patterns, we develop emotional intelligence. And with it, we open new paths toward personal growth. Every single moment of honest reflection becomes a pivot point, one where a reaction becomes an awakening. So ask yourself in those tense moments, how can I reshape this frustration? Can it become an opportunity to question my assumptions, to practice patience? Answering such questions keeps the wheel of introspection turning, carrying you ever deeper into the heart of your own resilience. Chapter 11. Perception and the Architecture of Emotion. Why do some situations shake you to your core while others barely touch you? The Stoics believe that it's not the events themselves, but how we perceive them, shaped by our inner beliefs, that determines our emotional experience. If you sharpen your skill to discern which thoughts support your growth and which ones undermine it, you begin to take back authorship of your emotional world. In this way, you become the architect of your emotional landscape. Modern Stoic thinkers suggest something deeply practical, the practice of mental hygiene. Each day, engage in journaling or self-dialogue. These practices help peel back the layers of unconscious beliefs that stir inner chaos. Once revealed, they can be replaced with convictions that serve clarity and strength. This shift, while subtle, is transformative. It brings serenity amid disorder. It teaches you that your peace depends not on the outside world, but on how you interpret it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself constantly, external events have no power to disturb the mind, unless the mind allows it. This idea has echoed through centuries, urging us still to stand guard at the gate of our thoughts. So ask yourself, will you step into the role of your own mental architect, or will you leave the blueprint of your peace up to chance? Chapter 12. Discipline. A doorway, not a cage. How do you view discipline? As a burden to carry or a door that leads to freedom? The Stoics didn't see discipline as harsh or punishing. They saw it as a deliberate choice, a path toward liberation. When you choose to focus on yourself, you begin walking this path, one that expands your potential, not restricts it. True discipline, as Seneca might say, is what frees you from the unpredictable rule of your impulses. It grants you the calm and control needed to act in line with your highest values. Modern Stoicism encourages us to establish clear boundaries and intentional habits. These become the fortress walls that protect your mental space from the noise of the world. Discipline, rooted in self-awareness, becomes a compass. It guides you steadily, even when distractions try to pull you off course. And every new day brings a chance to refine this system, to protect your clarity and preserve your peace. Ask yourself, will you treat discipline as a set of chains, or will you see it for what it truly is, a guiding star leading you toward the life your soul deeply desires? Chapter 13, Gratitude, the lens that changes everything. Have you noticed how a shift in focus, from what you lack to what you already have, can alter everything? The Stoics taught that gratitude is a powerful lens through which life's richness becomes unmistakable. When we train our attention inward and center it on ourselves, we begin to recognize the wealth that already exists, the capacity to think critically, to love deeply, and to understand ourselves and others. Modern Stoics remind us that living with gratitude is not about ignoring what's beyond our control. It's about appreciating what lies within it. By choosing to count our blessings, we adjust our perspective. We reduce reactivity. We become more mindful of the present, more anchored in peace. Gratitude becomes not just a feeling, but a principle that aligns us with Stoic virtue, to make use of our circumstances rather than be defined by them. So can you pause long enough to notice the hidden wonders in your daily life? Can you allow that quiet spark of thankfulness to illuminate your next step forward? Chapter 14. The cost of distraction. Have you considered how each distraction you permit into your mind draws energy away from your personal evolution? The Stoics believe that life is brief, and each day, each moment, is a non-renewable gift. It's up to us whether we spend that time refining our character or letting it waste away. In today's world, where digital diversions endlessly clamor for our attention, modern Stoics urge vigilance. We must protect our mental clarity the same way we protect our most precious assets. Devoting yourself to what matters, learning, practicing virtue, nurturing meaningful relationships, elevates your spirit. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It's the acknowledgement that you can't pour into someone else's cup when your own is empty. Each hour can be an investment in shaping the mind, refining your intention, and aligning your choices with the deepest values you hold. Take a moment to reflect. Does your daily routine give space to nurture the best in you? Or have meaningless distractions become silent thieves of your potential? Will you take back those hours with purpose and intention, as the Stoics challenge us to do? Chapter 15. The Compass Within. Daily Discipline and Self-Mastery. Mastery of the self, the Stoics taught, isn't something won in a single moment of enlightenment. It's cultivated in the rhythm of everyday effort. True growth arises not from grand revelations, but from the humble consistency of daily commitment. Modern Stoic voices echo this, encouraging a kind of deliberate dance with progress, one that rises and dips with both triumphs and setbacks, but always moves forward. Each new sunrise brings with it a new chance to examine your thoughts, fine-tune your habits, and renew your devotion to living by your deepest principles. This cyclical nature is not a burden. It's a gift, a reminder that growth is always within reach, as long as you continue to show up, heart open and mind alert. So consider this. Can you see your journey of self-focus as an unfolding story, not a fixed destination? A narrative you're shaping with every breath, every action, every choice? Chapter 16. The Final Spark. Living the Stoic Way. Now that you've explored these Stoic insights, pause and reflect. Do you feel more centered, more awake to your potential? Maybe you've heard the faint whisper of something timeless, a call to return to your core whenever distractions tempt you away. The Stoics, both ancient and modern, remind us, self-focus isn't about escaping the world. It's about meeting it from a grounded, unshakable place. Let every challenge, every opportunity become an invitation to act from that place with clarity, purpose, and integrity. This is the path of turning inward, not as an act of isolation, but as a deep affirmation of your unique role in the greater whole. With each sunrise, may you rise with silent resolve. With each night, may you rest in the peace of lessons lived. And remember, your mind, your choices, your life, they're yours to shape. Guided by the quiet wisdom of Marcus Aurelius or the fresh insight of modern Stoic thinkers, the truth remains: serenity, strength, and fulfillment blossom when you focus on yourself. This focus isn't selfish. It's the most natural response in a world that pulls your attention everywhere else. It's within this still space, the space you guard, that your clarity returns. Your resilience strengthens. Your compassion deepens. Every time you come home to your inner fortress, you reinforce its walls with self-awareness, humility, and courage. Here you hear your own melody, unshaken, unapologetic, alive. So are you ready to take your seat in that fortress? To embrace your inner compass and navigate life from a place of quiet mastery? Let these final words be your spark, not an ending, but a beginning. Step forward with grace. Let your life echo the Stoic principle of self-mastery, radiating wisdom and compassion in all that you do. The Stoics, old and new, watch from the halls of history, honoring each step you take toward becoming who you were always meant to be. Welcome to your Stoic path.